Hello, everybody, and welcome back to another edition of Inside the MASL. I am your host, Jeremy Rica. Today, we are going to be previewing today's matchup between the Milwaukee Wave and the Cedar Rapids Rampage. This promises to be a great game as these two teams are familiar with each other. My biggest thing is for Cedar Rapids, there's a lot of change going on. Hewington Marrera no longer the coach of the Rampage as he goes over to St. Louis, and Jonathan Greenfield steps in as head coach in his first year with the Rampage. Luckily for Jonathan, he's got a lot going for him. He's got a lot of returning players himself, Pablo, as well as, Taylor Bond, who obviously we know what his production was for the Rapids last season with 40 goals in 20 games. It's going to be very interesting to see what he can do this season for the Rampage. Their 12-8 season wasn't what I expected out of them, to be honest with you. Last year they started out as a team that was on fire. I thought they were easily going to make the playoffs, but they kind of slumped at the end there. So it'll be interesting to see what Jonathan has in store for his team this year. Obviously, there's going to be a little bit of adjustments with being the head coach as well as, other duties within the team. So, on the other hand, for Milwaukee, they're coming off of a good 13-7 season last year and, a pretty deep run into the playoffs. Unfortunately, they got ousted by Baltimore in a series I know that they feel like they should have won. And you talk to anybody in the Milwaukee organization, and they will tell you they feel like they can get right back to where they were last year because most of the pieces are there. And they started out the season with a thrilling victory last week. And, hopefully they can build upon that because I think, in their conference, they're probably one of the stronger teams there. So it'll be very interesting to see what happens in terms of, this game because is Cedar Rapids going to be able to handle the emotion? Because the Wave are going to be honoring Keith Tozer, who we all know the impact he had in indoor soccer, but not only with the Wave, but in general. I mean, to me, the guy is a soccer genius. So it'll be great for fans to see him, and me personally, because I've worked with him since I was young. So it'll be great to see him getting recognition in Milwaukee. And, when I spoke to Joshua Lemos, I asked him, I said, are you at all worried about going down early the way we did last week? He said, no, not at all. We have to just play our game. We have to play as a whole. I think we came out with too much energy and we just have to stay the course and it'll be fine. And I asked him, I said, how much do you think the crowd is going to play off of the result for tonight? And he said the crowd is going to be huge. And I think he's right. I think the atmosphere at the UW Panther Arena is going to be electric. I think it's going to be a great game. I think both teams are going to be ready to play, and I think it's going to be one of those games that could be a thriller. It really depends how Cedar Rapids comes out, as well as Milwaukee, actually, because if Milwaukee comes out overconfident, we see what can happen. If they come out with too much energy, we see what can happen, because we saw it in Tacoma when we went down by 3 goals. So, Milwaukee has to avoid that at all costs. And I think if they can stay tight defensively and not give up early goals, we have the number one goalkeeper in save percentage in Joshua Lemos. Right now, he's been playing like a man on a mission, and I think he'll do the same thing for Cedar Rapids. It's a matter of, are you going to be able to contain the dynamic duo of Ian Bennett and Max Ferdinand? Because if they can't do that, it's going to be a long day for that Cedar Rapids defense. If I had to give my prediction, I say Milwaukee probably wins by 2 or 3 goals, but I don't think it's going to be a runaway. I could be wrong. Like I said, it really depends how Milwaukee comes out offensively and how Cedar Rapids comes out defensively. If Cedar Rapids can come out well defensively and hold Ian and Max in containment, I think Milwaukee might have a little bit of difficulty, but the trouble with Milwaukee is that they have so many weapons that can hit the back of the net. It's not just about Ian and Max. We have so many players on that team that can score goals. So I think that's going to be a big advantage for Milwaukee. And if Cedar Rapids can't contain them, it's going to be a long night for Cedar Rapids. So that's my preview of the Wave versus Cedar Rapids this afternoon at the UW Panther Arena. If you would like to catch the action, please do so on YouTube, MASL TV. You can catch the game live. Alright guys, this is Jeremy Rika saying, until next time, so long.